Hi, it's Conor Svensson here, founder and CEO of Web3 Labs, and this is your Week in Blockchain on Monday, the 15th of November 2021. The key events this week include Bitcoin and ETH hitting new all-time highs, BlockFi is eyeing a Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum name service Airdrop achieves a $1 billion market cap, and Sotheby's are to accept ETH bids on one of their upcoming auctions. The crypto market cap finished the week up just over 1.5% this week at just shy of $2.8 trillion. Bitcoin and Ethereum both reached new all-time highs this week, with Bitcoin getting up to just shy of $69,000 and Ethereum 4,850. ETH is up 35% this month so far, and with Bitcoin, the all-time highs thought to have been released just after the US Consumer Price Index report showed higher than expected inflation in October. Certainly with all of these growths recently, there's a lot of volatility, and in addition to with Bitcoin, we have the upcoming SegWit upgrade that should have happened by the time you see this recording. BlockFi, they're now getting in on the act and trying to create a spot Bitcoin ETF. And so the intent here is that it's by being a spot Bitcoin ETF, it tracks the actual price of Bitcoin. We've spoken in recent weeks about other Bitcoin futures ETFs launching. And the thing with these futures ETFs is that because they're based on the price of Bitcoin at a point in the future rather than the point at that explicit point in time, they move differently, and also the underlying assets that need to be used as collateral are different there, because you don't actually need to physically hold Bitcoin to actually create an ETF for the futures there. And so this filing by BlockFi joins a number that are already sitting with the SEC with regards to approval for a spot market, and we have, there's a number of other ones that we've spoken about previously, like for instance Gemini. They've been trying to do this for some time, so definitely a space to watch. But BlockFi are optimistic at least that they'll be able to get the Bitcoin futures ETF out before too long. Mastercard have partnered with a number of cryptocurrency companies in APAC to try and launch a crypto-backed payment card within that region. They're apparently working with Amber Group, CoinJar and Siam Commercial Bank. And this would actually be the first APAC-based virtual currency firms to join Mastercard's crypto card program there. So we've spoken a lot about Mastercard getting involved more with crypto, and partnering with some of these leading services there will certainly simplify the on-ramps for people wanting to transact in crypto using the Mastercard payment rails behind the scenes. Coinbase have announced that their browser wallet is now available as a standalone extension. So the Coinbase browser wallet could be thought of a competitor to Consensus's MetaMask wallet, which is probably the leading wallet that people use for transacting with things like DeFi and platforms like OpenSea for buying and selling NFTs. And what it does is it's a browser extension that enables people to perform cryptocurrency transactions there. Consensus MetaMask has been an incredible success story because they added in the ability to swap tokens, and they take a commission on that, which is generating huge sums of revenue from them. And so Consensus are obviously taking note here by launching their own equivalent one. However, what's changed with this most recent update is that their wallet now doesn't need to actually be linked to a Coinbase app on the phone, which it previously did. So now it's more like the MetaMask type experience that they're actually going after here. So again, it's this marketplace could become increasingly more crowded quite quickly, especially given the revenues that MetaMask is generating. The Ethereum name service, which is a service that enables people to register human readable names, much like websites, domains like web3labs.com. You can create, say, web3labs.eth, and you can link that with an actual wallet address. And what they did this week was the team at ENS actually, rather than having taken investor funding before or doing a token sale, they actually did an airdrop for anyone who's ever bought a ENS domain, as well as people who are close to the project. They received some of the ENS token. Now, what's been staggering about this is the sums that people have actually received as a result of it. So if you look on Twitter, you can see numerous examples of people the value of their airdrop has actually run into the tens of thousands of dollars. As far as I know, some of the smallest amounts people seem to be receiving were around sort of $4,000 or $5,000. So it's an incredibly profitable airdrop for those people who got involved. And of course, the price moved significantly with this off the back of it, with the ENS token actually achieving a $1 billion market cap at one point. Now it's dropped down a little bit, but it's still up from where where it was when it started trading. But the intent behind the actual airdrop here is to give people tokens so as the ENS project transitions to a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization structure. And so the intent there is that token holders will be able to vote and propose changes for the future governance of the protocol. And so, one of the really interesting angles here is that ENS hasn't actually taken any outside investment. What they have is they've airdropped these tokens to their community. So it's fully community governed. Yes, of course, people can buy in to this, but it's amazing to actually see it there. So it's an incredible result for the team there, and they certainly have ambitious plans going forward. Sotheby, they've announced that they're going to accept live Ethereum bids for a Banksy sale that's happening next week. And so what they're actually going to allow people to do is in person place bids in ETH for a pair of artwork pieces from Banksy. These are both, though, physical pieces. One of them is called Troll Hunters and the other's Love is in the Air. The auctioneer will actually field live bids in Ethereum, and then it can settle in ETH, Bitcoin, or the USDC stablecoin. And so again, it's not the first time they're accepting crypto, but to actually be able to do it in a live auction will certainly be fun to see if you can be there with people calling out ETH amounts. That's all we have for our This Week in Crypto update. If you're interested in the key events spanning DeFi, enterprise blockchain and protocols, or NFTs, do check out our other Week in Blockchain updates. And if you want to learn more about the people behind the scenes driving a lot of these innovations and changes, do check out our Blockchain Innovators podcast, where I speak to individuals who've made significant contributions to the blockchain ecosystem. Find out what inspires these people, get their thoughts on the latest industry news spanning crypto, enterprise protocols, DeFi, NFTs, and DAOs. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.